The Syrian conflict, already a major humanitarian disaster, continues to escalate, and Canada has responded by opening its doors. So far, 40,000 refugees have arrived here, and there's a lot of uncertainty as to how they'll adjust long term. But this isn't the first time we've been faced with an influx of refugees from a war-torn nation, and the story of the so-called boat people offers a clue into how this one might end. From Vietnam to Syria, this is then versus now. It's been a little over a year since the first refugees have arrived, and for some, it's a critical time. But the main barrier isn't culture or even employment opportunities.
The only problem is the language. It's delaying everything. I'm very thankful to the government for providing for me. But I really want to work and I don't want to depend on the government.
Whether it's the government or private programs, the goal is the same: settling refugees in a situation where they can stand on their own 2 feet.
So what we're trying to do is help people become productive members of society. So I will be disappointed, I will have failed if we bring people in that they live off of my charity for a year and then go on Ontario Works or welfare. That's not a success for me, and it's not a success for Canada.
A year is an incredibly short time for a person who has lost everything to completely remake their life. Still, some people make quick progress.
One of the lucky ones whose ESL classes have been going well, and he even landed a job in a pastry kitchen, his passion back home.
I was afraid that I will feel foreign here, but from the first day I didn't feel this.
And for those who have yet to find their place, hope and opportunity remain.
Here, it is better for my children. They're going to school and they're learning. Back there, I used to watch other kids going to school. I was so sad that mine were not.
If anyone can understand the experience Zaina and her family are going through, it's a group that first arrived 40 years ago. The fall of Saigon in 1975 led to a rush of people fleeing Vietnam, crowded aboard the tiny fishing boats that gave them the name Boat People. Turned back from Malaysia, Hong Kong, the Philippines, they ended up crammed into makeshift refugee camps. Canada responded.
We will accept your application to go to Canada. We will send you to Toronto.
By the end of 1980, Canada will have taken 60,000 refugees. But 250,000 people are still lining up in Hong Kong and Malaysia, desperate to salvage their lives.
And like the Syrian refugees today, the initial adjustment was hard.
At first, the boat people had great difficulty adjusting to life in a colder country where almost no one spoke their language.
A few blocks away, Fei Quang Mak lives with his wife and his 4 children in a 1-bedroom apartment, in a basement, an apartment they share with cockroaches. In Saigon, Peter was a university professor. In Montreal, he became a dishwasher at $2.50 an hour.
Then there was the additional challenge of moving on from a life spent in extreme circumstances.
I think it's difficult to assess the impact of the long years of war in the home country, the hardship they went through during the escape, and the experience from the refugee camp. But I think all those factors add up.
But as dire as circumstances were, some not only survived in Canada, they thrived.
Peter Tran bought his own restaurant, the Saigon Star, in downtown Toronto 2 months ago. Peter was one of the first boat people. He and his family escaped from Vietnam in a small boat 5 years ago, just after Saigon fell to the Viet Cong.
Slowly but surely, families that had fled in terror found a life indistinguishable from any other Canadians.
They both have jobs, and they have 3 children that are advancing through the school system, going on to university. In fact, they can't come here today because they're both doing overtime at their jobs.
So Syrian families seeking refuge here may face many obstacles, but at least there's a chance for a better life.